Today I'm going to teach you how to make paper lace. It's very easy. I want you to think of this mat as having 4 quadrants. And I'm going to shrink this image down so that it'll fit within 1 quadrant. Maybe. I'm doing a voiceover on a video that I've already made. Okay, so I've shrunk it down. And now I'm going to move it into the upper right-hand quadrant. I'm going to make sure that it's centered. I'm also going to be teaching you about replace by a segment and place by an arc. I'll also be teaching you how to use the mirror tool. And to do that, you have to press the letter M as in Mary on your keyboard, and that will bring up the transformation toolbar already set to mirror. Now if you look, it's already set on the top one, and if I left it there and hit duplicate and apply, this image would repeat itself above itself in a mirrored image. You can click it to the left, you can click it to the right, you can click it down below. I'm going to put it back to the top. That's where it'll be when you first start. So for our purpose today, I need to make another one of these to the left of where it's now located. So I'm going to click on left. Then I'm going to hit duplicate and then apply. So it perfectly makes a perfect mirrored image. Now I can do this an easier way, but I'm going to do it the more difficult way because I want you to learn what you can and cannot do. I'm going to hit the bottom, duplicate, and apply. And then I need another one to the left of that image, to the right, I'm sorry, to the right of that image, right, duplicate, and apply. Okay, so I'm going to show you now the easier way of doing it. I'm going to group both of these together. You can do that by either hitting Control A or just putting a box around them. And then all I have to do is click on the bottom part, hit duplicate, and apply, and that saves you 1 step. It's up to you. It really doesn't matter. So now I'm going to open the wireframe to see whether the center is touching so we can weld them, and as you can see it's not. That's why we have 2 different colors going there. So what I need to do is move these so that they're going to touch. So I'm going to group 2 groups together, and I'm going to use my arrow keys to move them. So I got the bottom 2 groups and the arrow keys at the bottom. I'm going to push up, and I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then to make it symmetrical, I'm going to do it the opposite way, and again using my left key, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But this image was not perfectly symmetrical. So if you look at the top, it's not grouped together, and the bottom leaves are not grouped together, and I want them touching just so that it'll make it stronger. So for this particular image, I'm just going to use my arrow key and just keep moving it until those leaves touch. And now they're overlapped, I'll be able to weld them. And hit weld. But if you look in the center, I'm not real crazy about that. It's all welded together, but I'm not real crazy about my center. And part of me wants to do the undo button and redo this. And there's the other part of me that thinks there's more important things to do in life than to waste time doing that. I can just stick a rhinestone or something else in the center later. So I'm just going to be satisfied with this and call it a day. The only thing I don't like, if you look at the top leaves there and the bottom leaves there, they cross and almost create an X, and I just don't like that look. So I'm going to use my zoom lens and bring it up close, and I'm going to use the replace by a segment tool with the yellow one, and I'm going to cut these off. But it's not working. and I'm glad that it didn't work. I'm going to go back to the regular site because what I forgot to do was to break my group. You can't use that tool if it's grouped together. So now that I broke the group, I'm going to zoom back in, and I'm going to take my Replace by Segment tool, which is the yellow one, and that cut that off. And it cut, well, not quite. We'll try it from the other side. And that cut that off. And I'm just going to straighten this out just a little bit to make myself happy. I'm going to move my color bar so that I can get to the top. And when you're in a zoom like this, you can't go all the way to the top. So I'm going to have to zoom out a little bit and then zoom back into where I want to look closely. So here we are again. And I'm going to do the same thing all over again. And for some reason, unbeknownst to me, it's not working. So I'm going to zoom back out again and make sure that I'm ungrouped. And I am. When it shows that I'm going to group, that means that I'm already ungrouped. So I'm going to try it again. I don't know why it did that, but I'm going to try it again. And this time it worked. Try it again. Now, it did it a little bit crooked, and there's other things that I could do, but I'm trying to keep this a very simple tutorial for this particular lesson. And I'm going to put a node there. Now I'm going to pull it up, manipulate it. And if you want to learn how to do this, I have another tutorial on my website about drawing, and it teaches you how to use that particular tool I just showed you, which is the nodes. And that's basically my paper lace. I think it turned out pretty nice. I'm not real happy with the center. I'm sorry I didn't get to the Replace by Arc. I thought I was going to need it for this, and I did need it in my other tutorial that directed by YouTube because it was too long. I have everything highlighted. I'm hitting the lock because it makes it transparent, so that you can see what it's really going to look like with the paper lace. And I think I'm satisfied with it, except for that center. So I could go to my image gallery and get a heart. I use a lot of hearts. But I think what I could also do, oh, I'm showing you how to save it. That's right, I forgot I left that step out. I have a category that's called Mats already, but I want to show you how to create your own category. See, there's my mats, and that's where I would normally store my paper lace and my mats in there. So what you want to do is hit create. It brings up this box. Type in your group name. Since I already have mats on there, I'm going to make this mats 2 and hit OK. I must have forgot to hit erase the 1 because it's showing 21, but that's okay. You get the idea. So now I'm going to click on this, and then I'm going to hit add, and then the paper lace that I just made will be stored in there. But I already have what I need, so what I'm going to do to erase this is right click on it, and that enlarges it. Then I'm going to use my eraser tool. Do you want to erase this? Yes. And if you want to get out of the enlargement, there's a red box when you're in there. You just click on that red box and it'll take you out. Now I want to erase this mat too. It's highlighted. I'm just going to hit the eraser tool. Do you want to erase that? Yes. Yes. It was delaying. And it's gone. So now I'm going to click on my other mats just to make sure that I did save that in there earlier. And I did. There it is. So I don't have to worry. And these other images are on my website if you want them. So you can go in there and download them if you want. So again, I'm not happy with the center of this. I feel like I need to do something. Today I taught you how to use the mirror tool, the welding, replace by segment. Did not get the replace arc, unfortunately. We just didn't need it. And I still have to do something with that center. I could go to the image gallery and get something, but I think it would be fine just to put a circle. So I'm going to hold down my shift key and draw a circle. It'll make a perfect circle if you hold your shift key down. And place that in the center. And to be sure it's in the center, I'm going to go to the justification in that big red box, click on that, and it centers everything perfectly. Now, I'm going to try to weld this together. I don't think it's going to work, but I will try it. I might get lucky. And sure enough, it did not work. So I would probably have to use my WYSIWYG, and I don't want to teach that right now because I'm trying to keep these lessons short. I'll do that at another time. So I will just leave it the way that it is and know that I'm going to have to put something in the center there. And I think I'm pretty happy with this. And you've just learned how to make paper lace the easy way.